Morning with Max. Good morning, folks, and welcome to another Morning with Max. Well, if you don't know who I am Max Porter. I'm the writer, editor, lore keeper, board game designer, stream host, and various other things here at City State Entertainment, where we are working on the MMORPG Camelot Unchained. And good morning, Ladoween, Biggie B. As Ladoween points out, this is the last Morning with Max for me at work this year. I guess it's not my last Morning with Max, but it's my last Monday Morning with Max stream of the year. And because I'll probably do one on Friday morning. But it's the last Monday Morning with Max stream. Paladin Brewer, good morning. Yeah, get that caffeine. Hey, Grimslag. Ladoween, is CSE closed next week or just you taking off? We are closed next week. Or rather, yeah, so the week following this week. From the 24th to the, I guess the 1st? I've got to double check that now. We are closed for a week. We do that every year. Yeah, through the 1st. So I will not be doing a Morning with Max on Monday the 31st. No, I am doing one, Yomi, on Friday morning, probably. This is the last Monday Morning with Max stream of the year. Lanuven, how did the weekend test go? I was unable to participate. Oh man, I hope you can participate in whatever the next one is. I assume it went well. I haven't heard anything. The holidays fall on odd days this year. Yeah, a little bit, Ladoween. Definitely. Pedro the Butcher, you should do a Morning with Max on the 1st of January, early in the morning, just for the fun of it. Would anyone watch it? Paladin Brewer, Max, I hear your New Year's resolution is the Tuaha becoming story. I know, Paladin Brewer. I'm really, yeah, you know what? I hope that I do get to work on that in the new year. Ladoween, will you be doing the newsletter this week, or will it come out after the 1st? The plan is to do it this week. Ben and other folks have been working on their pieces for it. Yomi, I was in the weekend test ever so briefly, saw some of the infamous bouncy castles. That sounds awesome. Right, Yomi. Yeah, I'll be doing like all night D&D that night. I have a friend with whom I have a long-running game over the past like 6 years that we only play when he's in town. So I'm looking forward to that over this week. Love Pack, do you really feel that beard is a good idea? A fair question. You know what? My wife likes it. So that's really the only person I'm trying to please. But I've been kind of growing it out lately. A little longer. And I'm not so sure about it. It's more work to keep it clean, etc. Love Pack, fair answer. Yeah, well, I have an audience of one when it comes to the beard. Lottoing must be a heck of a recap each time you play. Yeah. It's a Mysteries of the Moonsea campaign. I'm probably the first couple hours will just be reminiscing and trying to catch up. Pound and Brewer this weekend. I finished the backstory for my Halfling Barbarian, or tentatively. Awesome. Well, no beard looks good on some men, Pedro, I would say. Everybody's face is different. Yomi. Something you might know, Max, or at least might be able to point me in the right direction regarding CU's combat. What pacing are you folks aiming for? Has this been talked about much yet? I think Ben wrote an article about the pacing of combat in Camelot Unchained, but it's something that continues to evolve and will continue to evolve right up and through launch. Yeah, check back through the newsletters, Yomi. Or keep an eye out for more stuff from Ben. I would point you towards some old like forum posts, but I think those are gone. Yeah, I don't really remember that either, so I'm just not going to try and get into the nitty-gritty of combat pacing with you. You can also ask Ben next time he's on stream.
What are we asking about?
Combat pacing. There were people like, I kind of remember they wanted long time to kill. And Ben's nodding.
Yeah, because we have large-scale battles, we don't want you to die instantly, basically.
Because we have large-scale battles, we don't want you to die instantly. They're trying to figure out like how long an armored AFK person would take to kill. Well, at least you know about the beta combat pacing then, Yomi. Yeah, whatever it is right now, that's not where it's going to end up come launch, so... Sounds like there were some fun bugs in the test.
All over me, but he's like multiple things going on. I have a lot more RAM now, though. I can probably get well, I only actually need 2 capacitors, but I wanna. Yeah, I want 3 information. And minimum, I need 2 of the options. Oh, I'm good.
It's all part of us working toward siege gameplay on this talk that's going on in chat. All the bugs for buildings. Crim's like, we'll be able to surf buildings upon release. As fun as that would be, it sounds like another game.
I don't know. Doesn't sound like he raised his rhythm.
I'm looking forward to sieges. I don't know about that, Love Pack.
And then, like, which I busted out this morning, which is cool.
Probably not. Ludwig, not sure how that will work in game, but the building should be doable. Yeah, absolutely. Yomi, one thing I'm hoping does change between now and release is a few quirks about movement. Yeah, I'm sure Tyler could speak to that. Something that's definitely being looked at, but takes time to iron out those kinks, Yomi. Those quirks. Hunter can't have a brothel. Luke upon give all the love for free. There you go. Clusterism. I am not Andrew, but you're asking, is there Blender chatter among the art team? Anyone using it? Hey, art team, is there Blender chatter? I don't know. Andrew walked behind me during that. Yomi, I like the ability to run into walls, say hi to JB as he passes by, and not have the game decide you can't move now and stop my character from running fruitlessly into a wall. Right, Love Pack.
Horrible cardiac episode, and she totally would have died, except for the people who were able to heal her with CPR. And she ended up in the hospital in a coma. They're like a broken like situation now, and that like it was like I think that is part of the whole thing, I guess. Like that community, she was just like, yeah, she's like about like art. She's not even very like, I just think it comes. No, I will never ever know one of the worst memories of it. So I go to
Ludwig, did you get any D&D in this past weekend? I sure did. I was being a wizard last night, and I met my long-lost son, and he's a spy master now. And I got voted best role player of the session. Love back where I submit my feedback for the brothel idea. Yomi. Correct me if I'm wrong, but there was serious discussion at some point about having siege engines that can hurl players wholesale into castles, or is it mainly as a joke? I think it's a joke, but it's also serious, Yomi. I think that's something Marcus seriously wants. It faces. Can you speak more about crafting weapons and armor? I mean, I could, but I'm not the person. I'm not neither a designer nor an artist. But there's all kinds of different aspects of crafting weapons and armor that could be talked about. What are you looking for? What are you looking for, Faces? Is there something simple that I can answer? Grimslag, the Moonsea region is full of wealth and peril. It's home to the Imperial Central Keep, the Merchant City of Melvant, Mysterious Anne-Frank Keep. Yeah, that's the long-term game. Paladin Brewer, how did you have time to have a son with all your wizardly studying? Well, I'm playing a 500-year-old cranky old man elf. It was a good session, Ludwig. It faces, namely, do players have to farm animals or materials constantly? I don't know about constantly, but that is a thing you can do. Love Pack, there are 4 planned betas, correct? Well, there's at least 3. Beta 1, Beta 2, Beta 3. Maybe more. Fubu, pretty sure Andrew wants to fling Max airborne, Yomi. That's right, Fubu. Hey, Fubu, welcome. Good morning. Siege towers are planned, as far as I know. Pound Brew, in that case, in 500 years, kudos are in control to have only one kiddo. No, this was my long-lost kid. I had, my character has had several families over the 5 centuries it's been alive. Definitely some kind of abomination, Ludwig. But I wrote into my backstory, like, oh yeah, I'd lost track of this one kid, and I don't even know if he's still alive or even real. And then it's like, the Spy Master is your son, says the DM. I'm like, okay, I guess we're going to have a session of crazy RP. Mr. Wonderful. With new technologies, will the graphics be an improvement in comparison to Dayak, or the plan range is to stay the same for performance purposes? Oh, I think it's going to be, it's already massive improvement over Dayak. We're going to make it look like a modern game. It's not going to be, you know, perhaps the prettiest modern game that exists, because we have to focus on, you know, massive hundreds of player battles and being performant in those situations. But as I understand it, yeah, the graphics are going to be way better than that old game. Yeah, check out the screenshots, Yomi points out. I don't have a direct link to the screenshots in the links, but you can go here. There's a link. Yeah, looks 100 times better. Right, Roadrunner. Or more. Yomi, on the note of siege tactics, any word of throwing in dead cows into keeps as an attrition tactic? I think that was something that would be fun, that we'd like to do, that we'll have to see how it works out. I mean, Siege is being like actively designed. I think they've done a bunch of design work on it, and they're continuing to iterate on that design. I don't think dead cow is an option in Siege just yet, but maybe someday.
There's an article in your inbox.
Ben says there's an article in my inbox, so I am going to, after this, I'm going to be editing that and preparing to put it into the monthly newsletter, and maybe it will give you a clearer picture of where we are at with sieges. I'm looking forward to editing it and publishing it for you folks. Right, Taladar. What is that? Right. Monty Python. Well, as far as I know, Trebs or Trebuchets aren't done yet, which would like to be the siege of choice for said cows. Right, well, they're being worked on, though, as we said in the update, which I think is what Yomi's referencing.
I'm sure you probably heard something from this already, but I just wanted to be clear and make sure you heard it from the horse's mouth. So, Mark wants us to get a play the siege scenario done by the end of the week. We've had a test
And
it is playable. There's bugs in it.
Roadrunner.
There's two things.
Can we also throw live cows that moo as they fly through the air? That would be amazing.
A list of issues that were found during that play, and get those into Jira. Prioritize those based on their overall impact. If we want to add
why not?
severity fields
If we can have
to
dead
maps,
cows,
I
we can have mooing cows. I hope.
And
But we'll see.
Done,
That'll be
I'd like
fun.
to organize another play test as soon as we've got some fixes in from Christina and Caleb, but it's going to be a little bit different.
Right, Paladin Brewer.
On our time, so we haven't really gotten wrapped up yet. So
Siege cows,
right after,
banned by PETA. PETA.
our lunch, so like an hour after your lunch.
Taladar's just coming in with the Monty. Just here for the Monty Python references.
In-house test of the scenario. That is what I'm thinking for today.
Okay, can you shoot me a link to that doc? I'll go run through, I'll prioritize all those, get them in Jira. Do you want me to create a separate Jira project for this? Since it's not
I
going to
think
be...
so.
Okay.
Most of these bugs are going to be either long-term bug fixes that we actually need to fix, and we'll identify things we need to fix either way, or they're...
Ooh, this is the only place you can hear Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C., and Washington State.
What's up, Dave? How you doing?
I guess you can hear us,
Oh yeah, I went to
the meeting in the background a little bit.
fighting off crud yet again. So that's why, like, I woke up this morning at like whenever I sent the email 10, and Joe was like, yeah, I guess you're staying home. And I was like,
Right,
I'm also
Halloween. Is there any group opposed to slaughter human-looking characters? That could be a problem.
not confident, just have a sore throat, so we'll keep my germs to myself.
It's true.
Your best. Your best.
Um,
Telling you if, and then I wanted to talk to you.
we're working on lots of stuff, Grimslag. Among many things. Taladar, people for the ethical treatment of toons. Telling your animated characters in the game.
People loved it in the forum, so.
Well, we should at least push it to Nuada to free up a lot of prep, if not all the way through to wherever I
I'm just talking all the various production stuff and logistics. That always is a lot of work. Mr. Wonderful, I'm a little bit confused on a class race bit. Can you be any class from any race within the realm? Or is there a set race to class, or a certain limitation, like one race has 3 class options? The first one, you can be any class using any race within your realm. So any realm class with any realm race. And there's no mirrored classes between realms. So there's a lot of freedom of choice in there. And just keep in mind, certain combinations of race and class are going to be good at certain things. Because choices matter is one of the foundational principles. Here, Mr. Wonderful, check out the foundational principles. All right, Yummy. Dumb dudes, you know when Beta 2 is starting? No, I mean, we only launched Beta 1 pretty recently. We do not know when Beta 2 is starting yet. Isaac Clark, well, thank you very much. On the YouTube chat. Yomi, oh, will there be racial abilities or racial passives? I don't know if there's exactly going to be that. Maybe to some degree. There will also be, like, components. So in Camelot Unchained, you can build your own abilities using various components of those abilities. Like fire and ball, make fireball. You may, as I understand it, get certain components with which to build abilities. Some from your class, you may get some components from your race, etc. Yeah, it's pretty recent, Halloween. All right. Halloween method traits such as Lucropon having agility that is twice as high as any other race. No thanks, Isaac. All right. I mean, I don't know exactly Halloween. I know that there's going to be big differences, and that is one way that there might be big differences between the races. All right. I will see you folks later. It is time for me to wrap up this morning with Max. Thank you all very, very much for joining me. Thanks for asking your questions, participating in discussion, etc. For those of you for whom this is the last Morning with Max of the year, thank you so much for coming to these streams, participating, making it a lively chat. I've had an absolute blast this year. Looking forward to next year. I will be streaming on Friday morning, or at least that's the plan. So those of you who will be there for that, I'll see you then. Those of you who I will see you next year, I will see you then.
I'm fixing to poke all the remote guys. Hold on.
All right. I hope you do, Ludoween. All right, folks. Thanks again. Thank you so much. I have great fun chatting with you all. And yeah, now I'm going to go look at that newsletter article. Exciting. Bye-bye. See you later. Thank you. Morning with with Max.